Hey, so thank you for hanging in there and welcome once again to Agro Commodity Expose. My name is Victor and I'm going to be your host for today. All right. So let's quickly move to some of the things we have here. Sorry, my voice is a bit. Mm. So as I was saying before, we went on a quick, break. I was saying that interestingly, as much as you make money trading uh, currencies, as the forex itself, as long as much as you also make money trading commodities like gold, like oil, and you also make profit trading indices, because I know some of you here also do that, you trade indices. Do you also know that you make a whole lot of money trading agro commodities? Now, the news will not affect what we are trading right now, these agro commodities. We are talking of agro commodities, right? News. There's little or no effect at all, or no immediate effect at all on agro commodities, right? So, for instance, one of my favorites is corn. Now, when we talk of agro commodities, we all know that these are consumable goods, and a whole lot of them are also used as raw materials to process other finished goods. Okay. Now, these products are always in constant demand. They're always in constant demand. So, just as we have on our normal charts, what moves markets, forces of demand and supply, or the level of demand and supply. If there's more demand, price goes up. If there's more supply, price goes down. That's one. Also, fundamentals also come to play, but the fundamentals are not as frequent as that of our currencies. For instance, the one someone was talking about here, the ADP non-farm payroll by 15. That was, I think, David Inunoba, you know. So you have a lot of fundamentals almost every day, but you don't see fundamentals for agro commodities like that. They are, but they don't come as frequent. Now, some of them can be due to, for instance, one of the things that is very peculiar with these guys is the fact that they tend to trend. They can trend a lot. For instance, let's look at the trend. I go to my weekly time frame or my daily time frame. Now, you will see trend. You will notice that corn has been trending down, right? For a while, trending down massively. Now, before this trending down, what was it doing? It was trending up. So at a lot of times they are mostly caught in a trend. Yeah, let me put it that way. Mostly caught in a trend. Hardly do they just range. They don't range for too long. Now, this is because they are seasonal products. You can't find corn all year round, or you can't plant and harvest all year round. There's a time you plant and there's a time you harvest, right? Now, when corn is harvested and it is plenty, it's everywhere, it's expected that price should be cheap. Hence, price should be crashing. But when it is out of season, right, and it is not everywhere, it is scarce, it's expected that price should be expensive, so it should be trending up. But some externalities or some external factors, which economically we can call them white noise, usually come to play in interfering with that particular trend. That's why we need to also pay attention to some of these fundamentals that drives these agro commodities. So what am I saying? So let's say corn is supposed to be trending down, for instance. It's corn season. It's everywhere. It's supposed to be cheap, you know. Amidst that particular period, there was an incident or there was war. For instance, the war that happened within Ukraine and Russia. Ukraine is one of the major exporters of wheat. And at that point, wheat is supposed to be plenty, supposed to be everywhere, supposed to be cheap, price falling. Because of the war, and it is mostly grown towards the northern part, southern part rather, of Ukraine. And those places were targeted, bombed, farming activities could no longer hold there as usual. There would definitely be shortage in the supply of corn, which will lead to a rise in that price of corn. Instead of us seeing price going down, all of a sudden you just see price just pull up massively, all right, because of that particular incident. So it is not 100% straightforward, all right? It's not just hook, line, and sinker. So certain things need to be considered also while trading some of these agro commodities. Please, if you have questions, just drop them on the chat. I'll try my best to attend to your questions, within the session. Now, it's not going to be that long of a session. As much as it's complicated, truth be told, agro commodities are not that hard to trade. They are not hard to trade. In fact, somehow, there are specific periods where they can be much more easier to trade than your currency and especially indices. Now, sometimes amidst the trend, first of all, remember the basic principle. If I want to trade anything at all, or you want to trade anything, the first thing you should find out is what is the current trend. I'm not saying like the overall trend now. Where is price going in the short term? If you also want to know the long term, it's fine, but at least in the short term, where is price going? And you can do that by going to your 4 hours time frame, or you can even use your daily time frame. And I think daily time frame will help us to do more justice in this case when it comes to agro commodities. I use my daily time frame and I zoom out. Now, please, where has price been going to for a while? Now, from here, this is March 2022. All right. This on the daily time frame, and I've zoomed out. This from here, when price started to fall, was around. Okay, this is April 2022. And we are in 2024. We are in 2024 right now. So for like 2 years plus, price has been going where? Down. Are we together now? But amidst going down, you clearly see there are times where we have some good retracements, right? Some good retracement to this point. Price continuing on a steady downward movement, but you see another level of retracement again. So retracements can come at interval. What do you notice with all of these retracements that I'm talking about? Now, for those who don't know what retracement is price going to the opposite direction of the trend. Price going the opposite direction of the trend. And in this case, it's a downward trend. Then when we see price going up, that's what we call retracement. Now, they are usually, most often than not, they are usually short retracement, except for this one. But the rest are usually short retracement. You have short retracement, right? We have more of short retracement. So what we are doing now, we are dissecting, or just like Adam Smith's book, you study into, how did he put it, wealth of nations, right? You study into the causes of wealth of nations. Thank you very much. We almost today. Sorry about that. My apologies. Let us not fight again today, right? So as long as you promise not to put in your external business, then we should be cool, okay? You're a good analyst and I respect that, right? So we can analyze this together. So now they are usually short retracements, okay? Now, what does that mean? It means that anytime I see price going up, it means that it wouldn't last for too long. The natural flow of things for now, since 2022, is downward movement, all right? Now, is it possible for price to stop that downward movement? You might decide, okay, maybe let's find out. Now, for price to stop that downward movement, I can consider where price has stayed for a very long time. Let's say somewhere around this level, this resistance, previous resistance level here. Okay, this will be too large. Let me reduce it. Okay, around this level here. If we pull it up a bit, we'll notice that price broke this resistance level. I'm talking about this, the whole of this resistance level here, the whole of that resistance level. From what we can clearly see here, I'm on a weekly time frame. This was since 2014. Price was resisted around this level for a very long time, for years, from 2014 up until 2020, before price broke above this resistance level. Now, price came all the way back there, but didn't stop there. And it looks now like our resistance is becoming support. That means price wants to come back to this our range here. Like price is trying to come back all the way to this our range. Well, it will be difficult for price to do that, but is it can it happen? Yes. Remember what I told you, or I used to tell people, don't always try to 100% predict the market. Just be open-minded for every possible scenario that can happen in the market. What it does is it helps you to come up with a trading plan that, okay, with what we have here now, if price eventually falls, keep falling, and it gets to this place, then there's a high tendency that price will start to rise, right? And if price, okay, I'm not falling, I want to respect the support, I want to go back up. If price gets up as far as this level here, price can also have a problem of continuing going up again. Then once I see that price is falling, okay, price is not ready to go. Price is staying within this particular range that it had previously, right? You can clearly see the range. Inside of this range, price wants to remain there again. And the last scenario is if price can break above this particular level, if price can break above this level here, then there is every tendency that price will continue and remain above this level here. All right, it wants to go back up here. Now we have three possible scenarios. Of all of those scenarios, we need to narrow it down to one or two, as the case may be. Let me see. Okay, we are currently treating corn. This is agro commodity expose, and we are currently treating corn. Now, once we do this, I usually take my time to analyze the first instrument. Once we do, we can apply the same thing to other instruments. Possibly slight differences, but we can apply them to it and see how they look like, okay? So the first thing to do is you go to your higher time frame, like your daily time frame. Your daily time frame should show you the current active trend in the market right now. Now, and I can clearly see that it's a downtrend. Thank you for those who responded. It's a downtrend. And amidst that downtrend, what's the behavior of the downtrend? The downtrend have, more often than not, short retracement. They are not right. Okay. So I want to align myself. So where can I, what trade am I most likely to enter? A buy or a sell? A buy or a sell. I've determined or I've established that I have a downward trend. So what trade am I looking out for? Am I looking out for buys or sells? Am I looking out for more of buy or more of sell? It doesn't mean I can't buy, but it means one is more preferred than the other. More of buys or more of sell? It's an open question. I'm waiting for your responses. Should we be doing more of buys or more of sells? And you sell. Okay. Any other person? I need more responses, please. As much as possible, I would like to carry on. Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Shiji. I trust you've gotten your bill. Let me put it that way. Okay. Okay, since downward trend is a sell. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. More of a sell. I think I'll go with Timothy Amana. More of a sell. Now, it doesn't mean I can't buy. I can buy, but my buying is going to be, I'm buying the retracement. I'm buying the retracement, which is temporary, at least for now. Okay. So then I go to my lower time frame, either my 30 minutes, my 1 hour, my 30 minutes, or my 15 minutes. So on my 1 hour, I can clearly see a support level right here. That price has been, respecting for a while now. A support level. So are you seeing what I'm saying? There's a support level here that price has been respecting for a while. This is my support. Price has been struggling around here for a while. So what it means is I can quickly take advantage of it. Is exactly at my support. I can quickly take advantage of it to buy the retracement or to trade the retracement. Okay. So somebody should guess now, what trade are we supposed to take now? I know we are looking out for more of sell, but are we to sell where current market price is? Are we to sell where current market price is? It's an open question. I need responses. Okay. Bruno, buy. And you said, okay, I said, are we to sell? I said, no. Instead, we are doing what? We are buying. Should you mean buy? Okay, good. We are to buy, yes. But have it at the back of your mind that you are buying what? The retracement. So that means we are not expecting the buy to go very, very far. Or we are not expecting it to last, for more than few days. If at all it lasts for a few days. Okay. Hence, we can enter our buy. So this is like a first resistance, and this is like the second resistance level to the effect of our buy. So this is like the first level we can get to, and if at all price really buys, this is where we can buy it to and say, okay, fine. Anywhere from here, price is expected to continue back in the level of the trend, which is a downward movement. So yes, the buy for this guy is in order right now. Corn. Now have it at the back of your mind also. No, wait for rejection and do your confirmation at lower time frame before entering for buy. Okay, yes, that also can be done. Let's see. Now there are different kinds of confirmations. You can have your confirmation. Now, reason why I said we can go for a buy. I might not be here again in the next 20, 30 minutes to tell you, okay, buy. Now, some persons don't really know what confirmations to look out for. Now, we can look out for confirmations like your bullish engulfing, possibly even your hammer, your morning star pattern, to say the least. All right. These are very good retracement or reversal patterns that we can see at our key levels that we want price to really show us that to take a particular trade. Okay. So for me, you can go in for a buy, current market price, right? At current market price. Now, what's the worst that can happen? The worst that can happen is, since this is agro commodity, please, disclaimer, these guys are very heavy. That means even 0.01 is very significant. It's more than your currency, more than your gold or oil, even way more than your indices. Okay, so if price moves against you, even just a little, the negative can be significant. So you can have your stop loss away from the support zone. At least give it some room away from the support. That is in case. But is it most likely to break support now? Most likely not. But in the future, can it? Yes, it can. Right. So the best trade to do now is a buy. Yes, you can wait for your confirmation, but at the same time, apply risk management and have your stop loss at this particular level. Agro commodities. This is corn. Okay. This is corn, and this is what we are expecting for corn at the moment. Now, additional information. So this is 1:32 p.m. right now. Corn opens at 2:05 a.m. All right, 2:05 a.m. very early in the morning, and it goes on slight break around immediately the 2:05 candle ends. Now, after this candle, another candle will start forming exactly by 2:05. Now, once that candle forms, instead of the next candle to form, to start immediately, it won't start. The next one should start, instead of it to start around 205, it will start around 235 rather. 235. So if you notice that your chart is not moving, just hold on. It's normal. All right. Now price will move. Now there are two things that can happen. Price can just resume normally, but I noticed that a lot of time price is normally. So for instance, you see this part here. This was price opening at 205 a.m. This was price around 105 a.m. waiting for the next candle. Instead of 205, it opened at 235, right? Now notice that this was where the last one and this was where the other one started from, and it became even bearish. So there's what we call gaps. So price can decide that when it opens, it gaps. Okay, when it opens, it can gap. So you price money can also be made if price gaps in your favor. Okay, so yes, that happens already, and it closes by the last one closes around 19:35. That is 7:35 p.m. 7:35 p.m. this evening. You just notice that the market is closed for corn, right? So please, additional information, also note that. Okay. Then, has anybody entered the buy? Let me confirm. Has anyone? Esther says any candle that closes above the bullish candle um, automatically signal bulls are already entered the market, which means we can enter to buy. Okay. Um, there are different techniques of doing that. Now, I try as much as possible to keep things simple, one, as well as my terminologies, right? I don't want to use some bogus, language. They are just English to bamboozle. What matters is understanding exactly what we are saying. So if I understand what you are saying, right, you mean this previous candle, let me put it well. Now I'm just reacting to um, the last comment made by Esther. So she said any candle that closes above the bullish candle signifies bulls are in the market, right? Bulls are in the market means buyers are now in the market. We should create demand pressure for price to pull up. And also remember, I told you that for price to go up first, it needs to come down, isn't it? So this candle opened at this point here, and it closed here. It went as high as this, but was rejected and closed here. Now notice that there is a space between the close of this previous bullish candle and where the open of this bearish candle is, that slightly pushed up. Within that milliseconds of another candle forming, you can see that pressure, right? So price pulling down is just still trying to gather a lot of liquidity, right? Gather a lot of liquidity in order to gain maximum momentum to push up. So most likely the next candle that's going to form most likely should be bullish, right? Most likely the next candle to form should be bullish, right? So, okay. So let's just take like two more and, you know, uh, okay. So this is a soya bean also. Now we are most likely, we are just doing a lot of technicals now, technicals and technicals and technicals. So if you would follow just this simple analysis, keeping it simple, check your higher time frame. And what are you doing there? You're trying to determine the trend, isn't it? Now, guess what? What's the trend for soya bean? I'm on D1 now and I've zoomed out a little. What is the current trend? What's the current trend? What's the current trend, guys? Current trend for soya bean. I'm on the daily time frame right now. Are we still together? Okay. Down, exactly. So, which means by implication, we are still looking out for more sell, right? Good. So, Let's see if we can check where, since when this guy has been falling and where it's most likely fall to for it reverses again. So I've gone higher to my weekly time frame. I'm just trying to check the possible point of that trend, where that trend is most likely going to stop. Yeah, so our trend should still continue all the way to this level, most likely. Our trend should still continue all the way to this level. Okay, thank you, Esther. Downtrend. But that downtrend, remember, it's not going to last forever, right? It's not going to last forever. Every trend might not really last forever. Trends are bound to change, now, especially when we can have intermediate trend. Okay, so this trend can still keep coming all the way down to this level here. Okay, so this is like a very significant support to the trend that we are seeing right now. So price is in between the trend that we have seen so far is in between this range. It's inside this. Whatever active uptrend, downtrend, uptrend, downtrend is inside this larger range. So we're still actively so I'm looking for where join that particular step. I think I gave us techniques for those who joined the review today. Let me delete this. Okay. I gave us two techniques, previous days high. Meanwhile, one of the things that affected market yesterday is the news by 3 p.m. and the FOMC of last night. FOMC was not that significant, but on gold, we could see that it affected price, pulling up FOMC. So it's possibly it can change the direction of that particular instrument. Now, price is actively pulling down now. I wish this was not happening. Would have just done an instant sell, or we wait for price. Yeah, we can still sell. We can still continue on that downward momentum right now until it gets to this our weak support level here. It's not verified yet. It's still a weak one. Monday, Tuesday, and price can possibly get there today again, right? So yes, this was where price stopped on Monday, support, yesterday, Tuesday, support, and today price might want to revisit that support level, but it will break it at some point, okay? Price will break this support level at some point. So please watch out for it. So soya bean also, we are still actively selling. Now, in case price is not selling at the moment, you see price going up, wants to do some level of correction back to our resistance level, which happened to be our last 2 days resistance level, the high, okay, up here yesterday and today. If I thought price starts pulling up, can do this, and if you can go as high as that point today, then it will start falling again. All right, so yes, we can still sell our soya bean also again. So we are still on a downward trend. Let's just pick one more. Or so far, is there any question? Any question? Any question so far? Anybody with any question? Is there something you're not getting? Am I too fast? Should I recap? Or any other question so far?
Yeah, it's actually the strategy you make mention of. I not really understand the strategy you make mention of. So that's why let me just call to ask so I can do a recap on the strategy you make mention of.
Okay. Okay. There's not really a name to the strategy, to be honest. It's just simple technical analysis. Just very simple technical analysis. Over the years, I found out that the market is not really complicated. We are the ones that are trying to complicate things. And I can understand why we are trying to complicate things, because we feel or we expect the market to be very complex, difficult. It's not. Lack of knowledge can also contribute to it. You say if you don't know what you are looking for, whatever you see will look like what you are looking for. Okay, so you need to know what exactly are you looking out for. Not really. The FOMC, it happened last night. No, if at all it will affect, not in the short run, probably in the long run. It doesn't really affect it. Okay. So I'm saying that if you can understand just these basic Simple technical analysis. I say basic, but it's not like really basic. It's simple, but I can assure you that it's very effective. Very effective. All of these, if you go online now, you will see a lot of videos on how to trading this strategy, SMC, institutional trading, fair value gaps, ICT, modern strategy we're talking about, even moving averages that we used to know a lot, RSI, stochastic, even Fibonacci, Ichimoku. There are a whole lot of strategies out there, right? Now, they just follow big. Wait, sorry. So sorry about that, brother. It's today, Wednesday. Wow. Was it my Okay, I opened all of them together and I assumed yesterday. Because, for instance, this is Wednesday now. I can see Thursday too. So you see Thursday now. Okay, so I'll see both Wednesday and I'll see Thursday. I wouldn't realize I'm already Thursday. Because I noticed the market did not really react as much. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for that correction, Anu. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So FOMC is today, oh, please, not tomorrow, not it didn't happen yesterday, it's today. Because I was wondering why the market didn't react. I didn't even have time to trade it. I was very, very caught up. So that's why I didn't really pay much attention to it. Okay. All right. So back to our analysis. Then once you are done with your analysis and you have placed your trade, also have it at the back of your mind that you cannot force price to go where you want price to go. Even if price is telling you, okay, I'm on a downward trend, I want to keep going down, you can't force it to go down like right now. All you know that eventually price will go down. So place your trade and wait for price to go down when it is ready to go down. Don't put yourself in that position, oh, because you place your trade now and it's temporarily going against you, and you just start to fret, start being scared. Now, once you are scared, the market hijacks your emotions and you start making mistakes. You start, doing the wrong thing. Just start doing the wrong thing. Taking risk, unnecessary risk, and you find out that you hurt yourself at the end of the day. And later, price will eventually goes that direction and you'll be like, oh, if only I had waited, I would have been in profit right now. So please, I always like to, let's work on our psychology. I guess maybe in the market review tomorrow, because I'll be doing the market review tomorrow, we might talk a little about our psychology, why we are in the market, right? Because I know a lot of persons do experience this part. So when on a trade, it's not going your breathing pattern changes, you start sweating even when there's no heat. While under heat, you are sweating. You can't sit down, you can't stand, you become restless, So all of those things, you need to work on it because if you don't, it might actually be your undoing. Okay. So that is for soybean. We are having the same preference as corn. Corn, it came all the way here, it's being rejected right now. So remember, we are still buying it. We are still buying it, guys. Where is this guy? Where is this guy? We are still buying it. Oh, are you trying to place the trade right now? Okay. So we'll have it so 5, no 5. The same thing that happens to corn is the same thing. Right? The same thing that happens to corn is what happens to soybean. So they go on that temporary recess, that small break. That 30 minutes break. Okay, a 30 minutes break. So just wait for price to resume again. Just wait for price to resume again before you do that. But it's supposed to be active at the moment. Supposed to still be active until, sorry, supposed to be active until 205. Active until 205. Because I know from 205, within 205 to 259, you can't place that trade until market comes back from the recess. It closes temporarily, then it opens again, right? And lastly, let's just pick one more instrument, one more agro commodity, either cocoa or let's say coffee. Which one should we dissect? Sugar or cotton? Let's do cotton. Cotton. Let's look at which one is more tradable at the moment. More tradable at the moment. So I'm on daily time frame, and I'm on this guy. Massive range for a long time. Trend up, now trending down. Let's see. Let's see which one is clearer. I'm on cocoa daily. Okay. Up, down, massive uptrend, still an uptrend, but now it's kind of ranging within that uptrend. Then coffee, let's see. Not H for G1. Okay. I think cotton is giving us a better trading instrument. Cotton is currently actively trending. Cotton is actively trending and is still actively trending to the downside. Okay, still actively trending to the downside. So I think we can have a better chance of winning a trade on cotton. Let me confirm that again, because I'm seeing a little bit of two break of structures right now. These are daily time frame. Let's confirm. Sorry. My support level. My support level here. Price broke support massively. And after breaking this support, now we were supposed to, okay, price should stop at this point, go back. Now it looked like it wanted to do that, but unfortunately coming back, breaking that support level, and it has retested it twice. 1, 2, okay, and it has failed to break above it on that 2 occasions. That's why I said the trend is still active. Okay, the trend is still active for what is meant to this cotton. Now this is H4. Our sell is still really active right now. All we need to do is to look for points where we can sell and which we can have our previous day's high from here. Now this massive rejection here increases the range of our high. If there was no massive bullish candle which was rejected, would have had something like this. Okay, so from anywhere here all the way to this point, because this is actually the high. This is the high. So this within this range is where we can enter our sell for cotton. We can continue our sell. So we need to wait for price to get here. You can have your pending orders, your sell limit waiting for price. All things being equal, the trend remains active, and your risk to reward should have a good risk to reward, because price most likely is going to come back here. And if at all it just does a short one, come back to this level. TP1 and TP2. Go on that note. So I'm still expecting price a little bit more of push up, then continually fall. Okay, so you'll notice that as much as possible, let's keep things simple. The strategy is just simple. Let me just to end the session. The strategy is very simple. And what is the strategy? Always try to find out as much as you can the current direction of price, current trend. Is it still actively trending? Yes. Then you are looking at taking trade in the direction of that trend. If it's an uptrend, a buy. If it's a downtrend, a sell. Okay. Then, secondly, once you have determined the trend, you come back to your lower time frames, your 1 hour, your 30, your 15, even your 5 minutes, right? To look out for entry points. You either look for liquidity levels or you look out for previous days high, especially based on the price movement. So once you can actually determine your liquidity level or your previous day's high, in the case of a downtrend now, previous day's high, and in the case of an uptrend you want to buy, look for the previous day's low. Very simple strategy. If you practice on it, you become very good at it. You quickly analyze price, and you can, as simple as it is, it wins trade a lot. You will end up having at least more than a 60% win rate. 60% win rate is good enough to make you a profitable trader, right? Even 50% is good enough if you have a good risk management. 50% is good enough, but at least 60%. Now, this can be within 60 to 80 at least win rate. If that means if you take like 20 trades in a week with this same strategy, you should get above 16 of those trades. Or sorry, you should be able to get above 15 of those trades. At least 15 and above should go your way, all things being equal. Test and see, or try out this strategy and see. But remember, be patient enough to wait for price to hit your levels you want to get trades from. And as much as possible, you can still apply risk management. That means I can have my stop loss. My stop loss is wide now because of where my high is, okay?
So all this without any indicators?
No, without all of this, without any indicator. All of this with absolutely no indicator, just pure, I wouldn't want to say price action, but just majorly following price action. Because when we want to talk about price action, we need to go into candlesticks, okay? Explain now, execute TP1, TP2. There are two ways. You can have multiple trades, or you can actually do what we call a partial closure. For instance, let's say I have a sell trade here, and my TP1 is here. Price comes all the way down, giving a particular lot size. Let's say I use like a 0.1, now 0.10 lot, and price gets to my TP1 here, okay? You can do a manual closure, a partial closure, to take out some of the profits. So let's say I want to take out half of the profit now. You can take out 0.05. That's if you have one trade. Then you allow the remaining 0.05. If my profit is already 100K, that means it will close out 50K for me in profits. I secure that. Then I'll still have 50K profit running. So in case it keeps going down back, but my lot size now have reduced from 0.10 to 0.05, okay? So as price keeps coming down, it will be coming down profitably on a lot size of 0.05 till it gets to my TP2. Or you clearly have multiple trades. You have one trade. The first trade, your TP1, your TP is here. The second trade, you bring the TP all the way here. Okay, so you can do that at your own discretion, right? Esther, I didn't get what you meant by, yes, I confirm it. Confirm what? Okay, you can unmute and just speak quickly before we just go. So I hope this simple analysis is clear to every one of us here, right? So by next week, practice on this. The next time we are meeting, rather, I will give us another technique of analyzing price. There are times where you use one technique and it's not looking really clear. You can quickly switch to another technique. Okay, you know what? I'll explain all of this the next time we are having our next session. And how do we take partial closing of profit? Okay. If I give you a quick summary, you will now head over to our YouTube channel. So please, this same video, the whole thing is recorded live. So just go to Rally Trade and you get this video from the beginning. You understand the whole strategy, right? Let me not give you a half-baked cake. Go get the whole thing. No, there will be no New York market review after now. But not after now. Okay. So thank you very much for your time.
Partial closure of profit. Is it the same thing as a trailing profit?
No, it's different from trailing stop.
Okay.
It's different from trailing stop. It's different. I think I would possibly take out like 15-20 minutes max to explain that in the next session.
When will that one hold?
I'm not sure of next week, but upper week, in the next 2 weeks, we should have it. But things being equal, if we feel that we need to do more online classes, especially if these protests don't hold and the likes, then yeah, why not? We can have it next week. We can have it twice safe in a week, back to back, right? Have it twice in a week, back to back.
Okay. No
All right.
problem. Sure.
Thank you very much, everyone. It was a nice review. I think to a great extent, everyone comported ourselves. I really, really do appreciate that. And my co-analyst, Esther, looking forward to see you someday, right? Thank you very much also for attending. Have a peaceful day, guys. Have a peaceful day. Thank you.